We're back.
Hey.
We really need to check what's going on, folks.
Yes.
I don't know what's been zapping us lately, but something is zapping us. And we're glad you're back.
Hi.
Pinche Elon Musk con sus jaladas.
And what happens is like the first part that we did just a little bit ago, where we got to talk about our outstanding sponsors, Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women and Chorizo de HH. You put the Dr. T's banner there at the bottom, babe, so people can see what I'm talking about. drtees.com, 1-855-771-1650. And then drtees.com, right? www.drtees.com. You give them a call, and they will take care of you. Y tú nomás diles que, tú sabes, conoces a los de PBT, entras a toda madre. Also want to thank Chorizo de HH. Quiero prender el bote, ser un choriqueso, ser un chorizo con papa y huevo, chorizo con frijoles. Chorizo goes great with everything.
Everything.
Con todo.
Pasta.
Yeah, if you go to their Instagram, at Chorizo de HH, te enseñas cómo hacer una pizza con chorizo y una pasta con chorizo y una lasaña, ¿no? Como una lasaña con chorizo.
Yes.
No, hombre, qué bárbaro. Y
Hey,
pues, of course,
I like this song.
y también, pues, you know, you can, put it on the parrilla, you know what I mean? That's all. And as soon as we were zapped a little while ago, we're about to introduce our guest, Eli Decay. Is it DK or Decay?
Decay.
Decay, all right.
¿De qué?
Like tooth decay. Right?
Like what?
Like tooth decay.
Decay or the decay? Yeah.
No,
Decay.
it's pronounced decay and it's spelled almost the same except with a K.
Decay, yeah.
Yeah.
Decay.
What kind of what ethnicity is that last name, or is
German.
It's German.
Yeah.
So how in the world is your dad a German? Your mom, obviously, and your mom is Hispanic, or
My dad is Hispanic.
Oh, your dad?
He actually came from Mexico. He's a immigrant.
A lot of Germans went to South America after the World War II, right? And that's why there was a German population in Brazil.
Even Nazis went to South America to go hide.
Yeah, I remember there were Nazi hunters, man. They'd go out after them and look them up, the guys that were doing the atrocities during the war.
Yeah, the
And
doctors.
and sometimes they found them like when they were like 80 years old, 70 years old. I mean, they
by
had
then
lived their
it's
entire life. I mean, there was no consequences at all.
Some even kept their names, so they were living out in the open. So,
So your dad, what part of Mexico is your dad from?
DF,
Distrito Federal.
Chilango.
And what are his roots? I mean, that's interesting.
He's just Mexican. He was.
But he's Mexican, but with a German last name.
No, my mom.
Oh, your mom.
Yeah.
Oh, so you've got your mom's last name.
Yeah.
Órale.
My dad's last name is Flores.
Oh, okay.
Real different.
Te traigo estas flores.
Porque no encontré palabras.
Well, that's nice to know. I was over here thinking.
Years.
Oh my gosh. I don't like that.
Whose fault is that? Is that my fault?
No, it's probably mine. Because I always use my mom. So
Well, it said, but in Mexico, they use their mother's last name, right? They use it's like Jaime Garcia Flores, right?
Yeah.
And Flores is actually the mom's name, and Garcia is the dad's name, right?
Yeah.
Is that right, babe?
Right.
Yeah.
They do like de. So
yeah.
So it'll be like Jimenez de Hernandez.
So it'd be
yeah.
de K.
Oh.
De K.
Yeah.
¿De qué?
Yeah, de K.
Yeah. No, so then you're Flores. Then your real last name is Flores.
Yes.
And why did you decide to change it to DK or DK?
Just falling out with my dad and stuff.
Yeah. So your dad, did he split when you were chavalón or what?
Yeah. When we were 16.
Oh, see.
I'm 43 right now, so it's been a while.
They say that it's a lot tougher when the parents split up and the kids are in their teens and when they're in the
Yeah,
their
was,
kids 5 years old, 4 years old.
Yeah. Well, I was the
Was
oldest.
it pretty tough for you, bro?
Well, yeah. I mean, when it happened, I ended up, taking the role of parent too.
Yeah, the patriarch.
Yeah. So I had to take care of my brothers and sisters, and then I joined the military after that, and they kind of went off on their own, doing their own stuff.
See, So you're the oldest, man.
Yep.
And how old are your brothers and sisters?
My sister is, she's what, 4 years
Younger than you?
than me.
And how old are you?
She's 39. I'm 43.
Okay, yeah, 43, 39. And then you have another brother? Or so?
Yeah.
Okay.
My brother's, I think he's in his early 30s.
Mhm.
I had a falling out with him too.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow, man.
But,
Well, that's sad to hear,
yeah,
man. I mean,
yeah,
it's
it
kind of
is.
tough when that
Because I
happens.
love my brother, and he just decided to do some bad stuff to our family. So
Oh,
it's like,
so yeah, okay, so yeah, no,
Yeah.
shit happens.
shit happens.
Yeah, and sometimes you gotta break ties, if
Yeah.
it's the best interest of your family. You know,
Yeah.
whatever. So your dad split when you were 16. You became the patriarch, and then what you enlisted in. What school were you going to here in the Valley?
PSJ, yeah.
Oh, Far San Juan
Bears?
Alamo.
Bears,
Go
yeah.
Bears. Woo.
97, class of
Órale.
97.
Orale. And when you were in high school, were you in like the ROTC and all that stuff? Were you into military stuff when you were a kid or no?
The last 2 years of my high school, I was most of the like headbangers and all of them were all in ROTC también. It was ROTC or drama. One of the two. I went with drama, so.
Los dramas donde puedes a jugar casita, ¿entiendes?
Yeah,
Con
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
probably get
¿verdad?
somebody pregnant then.
¿Verdad, Jax?
I wouldn't be here now.
En dramas donde puedes jugar casita,
I know.
I'll be the husband, you be the wife.
I know.
That's why I joined drama back in the day, to hit on all those chicks in school.
And you can actually play doctor también,
Oh,
so
wow.
you know all kinds of things in drama,
Nice.
right?
I
You can do a
guess.
lot. You can do a lot behind the curtains.
I know. Let me park my Kia in your garage.
so what was it? Drama or ROTC for you?
ROTC,
You were
yeah.
ROTC.
Yeah.
What is ROTC like? I mean, I had friends that were in ROTC,
Yeah.
and
It's nothing like the military. It's I don't know. I mean, it's just you dress up in military. The sergeants tell you what to do, and it's.
you learn the
It's,
basics or what? Like the basics of how to march and how to hold the flag and
Basically, the basics of following orders.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Following
it.
orders, yeah.
That's about it. Yeah.
Wow.
And then you go into the military, and it's like something totally different.
Yeah.
But I mean, the gist of it of following orders is there. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the ROTC in Mercedes. One time a military helicopter came to give him a ride.
Oh, nice.
And we got there real early, and I was, yo sí a la pinche perra, vato. I would skip school, vato. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
so miré el helicopter ahí en el big fuel, allá en el lado de la Mercedes High School. It's the southeast area.
Okay.
Hey, pues I saw some friends, Robert Rivera y otro camarada,
Yeah.
Robert Fuentes. Le dije, hey, dice Robert, hey, vámonos, sale, vámonos. So we took off, man, and we went to our house, my mom's house, actually, my ranch, and we were going to just party, get high, la chingada, lo valía madre.
Yeah.
It was like 9 a.m.
Oh, nice.
And so we get there and we're hanging out outside, and then we see like a helicopter, and we're like, wow, check out the helicopter, dude, check out the helicopter. Until they got a little bit over us, and then Robert remembered, ese es el de la escuela, carnal, ahí están los teachers y la chingada. We all ran into the house, dude. We ran into the house. A la madre, ya los quemaron,
Yeah.
chingado.
You're all like this, like, oh,
The high school sent their military after us, bro.
oh man.
Andamos bien locos, we tripped out with that shit, bro. And it's like something that that I never forgot, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's funny.
So when you graduated from PSJ, you went straight into the military or what?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to get signed up or what?
I went to San Antonio to MEPS, and from there.
What is MEPS?
MEPS is where they give you the exam and see if you're
Órale.
ready to go, and then they tell you what jobs you qualify for.
Okay.
And since I was a skinny kid that always got picked on, I told them, I was like, I want to do something physical. So they're like, oh, we got just the job for you. And here's the infantry. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. All right, thanks. And then I go in and I'm like, oh, shit, it's the front line. It's like, so I was like, I mean, I'm here now. So it's like, let's do this.
Do you think like you just said, I was the skinny kid that got picked on?
Yeah.
Do you think that had something to do with you enlisting into the Army? Like, you know what? I want to be able to defend myself.
Yeah.
I want to be able I want to become a man. You
Yeah,
know?
not only that, growing up without one of my parents, it's just like I was like, I need to do something to kind of get out of the household.
I could imagine how tough it was when you lost your dad. Dad took off, and then you were being bullied at school and shit like that. I mean, it must have been a pretty tough time for you, man.
Yeah, well, that, and I've always dyed my hair different colors, and I used to dress really grungy and stuff during that time.
See,
and
it was you were a magnet for that shit.
Yeah. I mean, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier about individuality. I've always wanted to be like outside of.
Some people don't understand that shit.
It's like I don't want to be like everyone else. Like if I am who I am, and I don't.
Yeah. So then you went and they put you in the front lines. Where did you go after San Antonio, man?
Fort Benning, Georgia.
Really?
Yeah, for all my infantry guys. Fort Benning, Georgia. Infantry school.
Infantry school.
Yeah.
Is Fort Benning as big as Killeen, Texas, over here?
No.
Fort Hood?
Killeen is
that's huge,
Fort
right?
Hood is huge. Yeah, it's one of the biggest Army bases. Which I ended up at Fort Hood. First duty station was in Germany, and I was actually stationed where Elvis was stationed at.
Oh, cool.
At Ray Barracks. And they actually had a tank in the front of one of the defects where he backed up into the defect, which is where you eat.
Yeah.
And they kept the tank right in front of it.
Oh, shit, that's awesome,
hey,
bro.
This tank was written by Elvis, and he crashed it into this place.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's since then closed down. And then when I was there, I deployed to Kosovo. And during the airstrikes in '99,
Orale.
and then from there I went to Fort Hood, and Fort Hood is where I went to Iraq twice. So
how many tours did you do?
In Iraq twice.
Twice.
Two.
And what was your what was your daily schedule in Iraq when you were over there?
Being infantry, you're kind of on call all the time, man. It's like, you get woken up at 3 a.m, or we have a group that's quick reaction. So they're always on call. But then if they need backup, they'll call us all up. And whenever we get into a firefight, they'd call us all over, and to cordon off the place, and then try to get our casualties out if we had any. And but it was pretty intense. Some of the battles that we were in. I was actually in the Battle of Fallujah. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah.
It's one of the famous battles where Army and Marines, we fought side by side, and it was pretty intense, man.
Yeah. Wow.
Was that
man.
in like 2006, 2007?
Yeah, it was in 2004.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was 2003 was the start of the war.
Yeah.
And then 2004 is when it started going to cheese.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting, man. Well, we want to thank you for, serving our country.
Yes,
I
thank
mean,
you
that's
so
awesome,
much.
dude.
Thank you, Eli.
Appreciate it.
And
Thanks,
and you've got to see some
some action.
some action, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we did a show for Memorial Day,
We did.
and we had Riley Los Gilitos.
Okay.
Riley is a father of he's a star, a gold star father. Yeah.
Okay.
And you made it back, man. That's awesome, and that's amazing, and it's miraculous, and especially if you see battle.
Yeah.
But some didn't make it back, and it's really tough on the families, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Some
why
of
I
my
tell
friends-
people every day is Memorial Day, and Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough. I have I had to face my best friend's wife. After before we left, I told her that I was gonna bring him back, and that's a tough.
He didn't make it back.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna say. Like, he came back, but a lot of his friends didn't. So
Yeah,
like
it's
that must that must be like a heavy weight in your
Yeah,
heart.
that's a lot of. I told people that I have what's it called, guilt, survivor's guilt, because it's like, everyone's like, hey, thank you for your service, and you're a hero and this and that, and I'm like, no, man, it's like the heroes were my buddies, like it's
Yeah. But
It's
I mean, you can't take that in,
Yeah.
like that. I mean,
I don't.
people are just gonna be like that because they're
Yeah.
appreciative.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate it, and I usually say thank you for your support, and
Yeah.
it's, but on my own, that's why I started doing what I do. Is my buddies that can't go ruck marching, and I do it for them to bring awareness for veterans that can't, and veterans that are affected by combat, which a lot of them have reached out. And if there's any veterans out there that just want to talk or need somebody to talk to, I'm here, man. It's like I've been there, done that, and if you need to talk to somebody, I'll be there for you. I got your 6, battle buddy.
Do you have to take any type of medication or anything like that? Because you're struggling with PTSD as well, right?
Yeah. The VA. I don't know if I should talk about this. I take about 15 pills.
Okay. All right. And what are they supposed to do, or what?
Help with the sleep and stuff, but they don't help much. I still wake up in the middle of the night screaming or kicking, or it's not stuff I'm happy about. But and the thing is that as I get older, my brain isn't staying up to staying as healthy. So it's like it's getting worse because I have a brain injury also, and so it's my brain's going hecho queso.
Well, like what? How did that happen? How did the brain injury happen?
I fell in the gunner's hole. In Humvees, there's like a gunner's hole where you're at, and then I was on the 50 cal. We got hit by an IED. I fell in the hole, and when I fell in the hole, I hit my forehead, not on my helmet, but on my forehead. And then I got up, me thinking for years thinking that I just got up and started shooting. And then I looked back and my buddy's like bloodied his face, and he's not wearing a Kevlar weapon. He's just screaming, ah. And I'm like, that was kind of messed up, but then going to the VA doctor, they started to explain like, hey, how long were you out? And I was like, I thought just, I just fell and came back up. And they're like, but did you see your buddy come out of his vehicle and start screaming, or why didn't he have a weapon? And I was like, shit, I never thought of that. So they did some MRIs, and I had some damage on my frontal lobe.
And have they told you that it's deteriorating, or is that something that they've told you, or you're just thinking that on your own?
No. My neurologist told me that.
Okay.
Yeah, she told me as I get older, I'm prone to have Alzheimer's. So for a while, I was like, kind of depressed because, I'm still young. I guess I'm.
And that might not happen, bro. I mean, you think positive.
Yeah, I got it.
I mean, people have been diagnosed with stuff, and then they're given a year. They're given 6 months, and before you know it, 15 years later, Well, so all you do is just do your best to combat whatever they said, and don't claim it.
Well, yeah.
Say, you know what? I'm not going to.
I don't have AIDS.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I'm just kidding.
That went dark real quick.
I know.
I got 2 words for you. I've got 3.
What's that?
I got 3 words for you. Magic Johnson. Right?
Oh no, I'm just kidding. I don't have AIDS.
And I don't know. And I don't know if anybody caught. I got 3 words, and then I said 2 words.
Yes,
Okay, there you go.
I got it. I was trying to understand what you were trying to say.
No, but Magic Johnson, man, that guy's a miracle. And that guy was,
still living. Like, damn.
And they said that he was going to die.
AIDS, yeah.
That's why I'm telling you. Just like going back to what I was telling you. You don't ever claim
profess.
Yeah. Sometimes my wife will say, I'll have like, man, I have this throat, or you're getting sick, and I'll tell her, no, I'm not. I'm not getting sick. It's fucking allergies, right? And then I'm not going to admit it.
It's true. The doctor had told me that in 6 months I was going to start losing my mememory. And this is 3 years later, so
yeah.
I'm still here.
And you remembered to show up to the show today.
I
You know what I mean? All right.
Wait a minute.
You're like, where am I?
Where am I?
Yeah.
I was told there was going to be guns here.
Yeah, man.
No, I'm kidding. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. What do you think about these kids that are, we're watching, I was watching this article called, it's a study. And at 42% of Generation Z, right?
Yeah.
They're 10 to 25 years old, have some type of mental disability. And that's 42%. That's almost half of the generation.
Yeah.
Now, what about the generation coming up after them? You know, what's it going to be? 60%? So, and then you look at these mass shootings, right? And then you've got 17-year-old, 19-year-old, 22-year-old, 23. So that kind of like, okay, 42%, okay, this is happening, okay, they're this old. I mean, it's not that hard to put everything together to try to, but that's something that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then they want to blame the gun, you know, but it's actually the person.
It's the person, And I'll probably say something controversial. This is just my opinion. I think a lot of the stuff that kids claim they have is made up. You know, it's like stuff like not all because
ADHD.
Yeah, like back in the day, you know, it was to us it was just chiflazón, you know. But
yeah, well, I mean, they didn't have those diagnosed.
Yeah, I know.
I was bad, dude. I mean, it's like I was telling my wife, you know, if I was in school today, I'd probably be on meds.
Yeah,
you know, because I can't listen for
not.
shit. You know, I'm not going to pay attention.
I thought you were on meds, man.
I'm only on the meds that Jax gives me, okay? And the green hit.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna show to the camera right now. Shout out to Hometown Hero supporting veterans, and this is
nice.
300 milligram Delta 9 CBD.
Nice.
Select Spectrum Cocoa Squares. So le voy a agarrar un pedacito y le voy a ofrecer ahí. Would you like a little piece? You like?
You find that at the Green Hit.
You can find this at the Green
and
Hit.
And at the Green Hit, veterans always get a discount. All right? And you're a veteran and you say hashtag PVT, that's double the discount, okay?
A huevo.
All right?
Yeah, I'm meeting them tomorrow.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Awesome.
They're going to be one of the vendors at Veterans Fest.
That's right. The poster, put it on so they can check it out before, right? Oh, well, hold on. Let's watch Jax take a bite out of that, right?
Wait, am I going to be able to drive home?
I'll take this little elbow right here.
Carnal, be careful with that shit,
my
bro.
gosh.
Yeah.
All of it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Careful.
Hombre, se van a poner bien.
Cray.
You got it. You got it.
Se van a dormir ahorita.
You got it. Ándale. Ahorita te damos una Ziploc bag, no te agüites.
No quieres cool whip con el what are those Rice Krispie treat?
Yeah, they're like little Rice Krispies.
Damn, they're good.
Oh, it smells
Don't
good.
leave that shit laying around.
Yeah.
Somebody will eat it and they don't know what the hell's in it.
What is this? Oh, Dad, look.
It's delicious. Shout out to the veterans. The Hometown Hero, they support veterans. Thank you so much for supporting veterans.
That's
And
awesome, brother. Thanks.
And this is really good. So go by the Green Hit and check it out. Really good.
How much is that? About?
You would have to go to Green Hit to find out.
Yeah.
Well, I heard on the show that they were going to have free samples, so I'm like, I'm definitely going to co-host there.
Yes. Yeah.
And what size is that thing? How many milligrams? Parece una paquetita de una librita o
Yeah,
algo.
that thing's huge.
Parece una
What is
Saran wrap y la chingada.
Yeah.
Míralo.
It's 150 grams.
Órale.
I'm going to eat it at home.
No, viene bien wrap. Venía con una little cellophane wrap y la chingada. No me estaba con madre. It keeps it juicy, you know?
Oh, yeah.
All
Gotta
right.
keep the juices in.
So we're going to go to Jax. Jax is taking care of the chat zone. We've got Eli DK. And man, Eli, we'll get back to the medications and all that that you're taking. But we really are happy that you're here today, man. You know, and I'm glad you contacted us. You got to check him out, ladies and gentlemen. He's got a YouTube channel where you can go and check him out, and he'll talk about random things and talk about the military and all kinds of cool stuff.
Trying to expand to not just include military because there's a lot.
Do you
of
ever
people-
have guests on your show?
Yeah, once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll talk about their struggles with PTSD or depression and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's always open. Like every Friday. If you want to join me, wear a red shirt and we'll go on a rock.
So you do a
about
live
4 miles.
You do a live thing, or is it?
No, I record it.
Okay,
while we
andale,
go.
and then you edit it, put it up, and all that.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
all right, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so when you put that, you were like editing, like all in the zone. I'm like, man, that's me right there. Like even I disregard my dogs that are I'm like trying to edit over here and then on the computer and trying to get music.
And when you're an editor, the shits take longer. You know, you go and take a shit. You know, it takes you about 30 minutes when you could have done it in 10 because you have, like, you're on a roll and the video's looking good and you're trimming it and you're editing it.
Well, that's why we're diapers. I wear diapers. That's why. It doesn't take that long.
No mames.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like the best place where you can edit is in the restroom when you're taking a shit. Oh my God. All the creative juices start flowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Con los AirPods puestos.
Oh my God. Do you have a camera in my fucking restroom? Yes, I have my AirPods. Aquí los traigo, bacha. I carry them with me all the time because anywhere I stop, I put them on and I start editing.
Oh, man.
Te metes en el bathroom en el jale y ahí te sientas un rato y haces un video, te pones sales y jalas otra vez. Y pues entra alguien y no oyen the phone loud, the speaker, ¿entiendes? You got your headphones on.
No, and you get to edit everything perfect. But
yo sé todas las mañas, carnal.
No, I mean, I learned from the best. I learned from the best.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and Jax's chat zone is brought to you by Trevino Law Firm. Un saludito para Nelda Trevino, man. She has some major legal experience that you need. If you're involved in a car crash or you have a work injury, slip and fall, 18-wheeler accident or a motorcycle accident, or there's wrongful death that's happened, Nelda's always the one to get the best results possible for you. She's one of the most experienced personal injury attorneys in the business. Been doing it almost 20 years. And, boy, all you have to do is give her a call and get online as well. You can go to neldatrevino.law.com and don't wait around. If you're involved in an accident, you need to pick up the phone and call her right away. All right? As soon as after you've been taken care of with the police and all that or whatever the accident may be, hopefully it's nothing too bad. But you call her up and she's on the case immediately. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, holidays included. You call this number, 956-242-4171. And during the holiday season, todos andan manejando como gallinas sin cabeza. ¿Verdad? Sales del trabajo, tienes que ir a comprar Christmas gifts y ahí tienes que ir a un party. And the Christmas parties are during the week nowadays. Y a las 6:30 ya está oscuro, man. It's dark at 6 o'clock, 6:30, and there's so much traffic. And it's not like in the daytime where it was like, it's 7 o'clock, todavía hay sunarros. You can get involved in an accident. Somebody can hit you. You make that phone call right away. NeldaTrevinoLaw.com. She will take care of you during the holiday season. All right?
Thank you.
So, ¿qué tenemos, Jax?
Okay, so I want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat zone, but I want to thank our guests first for coming over. Thank you so much, man. Everybody in the chat zone, they want you to know that they have, who was it here? It was one of these guys here. Let me just read it here real quick so I can know exactly who said. Oh, yeah. Sam Gaitan said, let him know he's got our support and respect. All right. Everybody supports and respects you. So we were asking our ladies and gentlemen here in the chat zone, what was their favorite movie, military movie earlier. So they answered a bunch of movies. So I'm going to give them a shout out and I'm going to mention the movie that they said. And then from there, we'll choose about which one we talk about, right?
Or maybe we've got other movies that they don't mention.
Yes, sir. So first off, we're going to go here with Homer Galvan from Alton, Texas. Saludos. Emilio Garcia said Rambo. Ivan Cardona, saludos to, all the way to Brooklyn. Randy Cerda said Platoon and Red Tails. Marvin Almaguer said The Wall. Mayito Tam said Forrest Gump. George Esquivel, watching us from Minnesota. Thank you. Gumencindo Prado said Full Metal Jacket. Dario Puig said Heartbreak Ridge. Chris Salinas wanted to say even Private Ryan. Armando Llamas, Fury. Mingo Villanueva, The Outpost. Felipe Menchaca, watching us from Pira Redonda. ¿Cómo estás, compadrito? Ivan Cardona said Black Hawk Down. Armando Llamas says Gonzales, Texas, Flags of Our Fathers. Alberto Cruz, watching us from Tampa, Florida. Saludos hasta allá, compadrito. Mike Castilleja, watching us from Seattle, Washington. Saludos a Seattle, Washington. Aaron De Los Santos from Belton, Texas. Ivan Cardona says Rock's t-shirt is awesome. Nick Avila Jr. from Minnesota says, I'm originally from South Texas. Thank you for watching us, brother. Andres Munguia, welcome back. He says he hasn't seen the show in a while and he's tuning back and we're welcoming him back. Thank you, bro.
Welcome.
I am Tia has a question for you. Okay. And Armando Llama says all the Top Gun movies. Johnny Borges, thank you for your service. Emilio Garcia, thank you for your service. Big D, thank you for your service. And Sal in the House, thank you for your service, sir. So I am Tia says, who was your biggest supporter when you were in the Army?
Family-wise?
Just in general.
Could be a friend, family. I mean,
Actually, I would say it was just our battle buddies. And actually, one of my battle buddies, he's actually listening, Aaron De Los Santos. I served with him. He's in one of my videos. I think he's up in Temple.
Órale.
And he told me to here. He knows one of your guests that was here not too long ago.
¿A cuál de todos?
Yeah, my phone's been messing up.
Es que Apple wants you to buy a new phone, bro.
Right? It's Samsung.
Es el pinche Elon Musk.
Right?
Yo todavía tengo el
got me
iPhone. Yo todavía tengo el iPhone 2, carnal.
Flip phone.
El más chiquito, el little one.
Right.
Dude, remember those
Little
Blackberries
tiny
with the little buttons and the
Oh
little
my
slide?
gosh, those are my favorites.
Oh yeah, with a big keyboard, I end up hitting 2 letters and all fucked up with my fat thumbs and shit. Imagine those little. I never tried those phones. Those
Those are my favorite.
Those were the first phones where they had their own little messaging service, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Blackberries.
Yeah. What was it called?
I don't know. I never had a BlackBerry. So,
Me neither.
So tell me about your friend.
Oh yeah. He said that he grew up listening to you, and he sent me a text. He's like, "Tell him this," and my phone's jacked up.
Oh.
But he's one of my battle buddies. We were at Fort Hood, and when you're out there, in the military, your biggest support is your battle buddy, because they're gonna do everything in their power to bring you home. Or, like when we're going on training and stuff like that, you don't focus on yourself. You focus on your buddies. And as far as
Is he originally from Temple?
I have no idea.
Oh no. Well, if his dad's been listening to me before.
Yeah, he's.
I've been in the radio here locally in the Rio Grande Valley for 35 years, so he's probably originally from here then, right?
Yeah, I think he has family here. He came down to see one of his family members, and that's
Órale,
how he came down.
ándale. Un saludito para Eric.
Yeah,
man.
Aaron
sorry.
De Los Santos. See ya.
Órale.
That's where I got to see ya from my videos.
I've got a cousin, Eric Echavarria. He's from San Antonio.
Eric?
He's
Okay.
he served about 4 tours
Really?
in Iraq. And
thank him for his service.
yeah, man. He's in San Antonio, man. And he's
Wow, man.
he's really served the country, man. Really
Yeah.
big time. And our family, my grandfather was in the Pacific during World War II. And we're talking about movies.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody that opined there and gave us the
thanks.
best military movie they think. For me, it's got to be Saving Private Ryan, and I mean I've seen a lot of military movies, but the reason I picked Saving Private Ryan is because my grandfather, he was about 75, somewhere around there, and he was a homebody, and he was served in the military. When he got out of World War II, he got a job with Caterpillar.
Yeah.
With B.D. Holt, and he worked with them till 1987, something like that. Then they gave him a retire party, and so he was home. And that movie came out, and I wanted to take him to the theater to see it, and he didn't like leaving my grandmother alone. He was like, no, and so I told my aunt, look, can you take care of grandma? Just hang out and tell grandpa not to worry, so he can go to the movies with us.
Yeah.
And she did, and he said, okay, I'll go. So my grandpa wasn't the type to be going to movies or going out or nothing like that, right?
Yeah.
So my brother and I, Harvey and myself, we take my grandfather, we bring him from Mercedes all the way to Mission to the theater where they were showing it. And it was on a Tuesday night, right? So we get in there, and my grandfather says, hey, mijito, the thing is, I got to be close to a bathroom just in case I have to go and stuff, because he's a little older.
Yeah.
And I said, so when we get to the theater, the bathroom's right there. I said, yeah, Grandpa, don't worry about it. We get in the theater, and we're the only 3 people in there, because it was like a Monday night or Tuesday night. It was one of those nights that's off, right?
Yeah.
So we went and we sat up at the top, and we're there. And as soon as the movie started, my grandfather didn't get up through the whole thing.
Aww.
But he did get up at the end when Tom Hanks, or not Tom Hanks, the other guy from Bourne Identity, what's his name, that starred in that movie?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. When he's looking at the, at the cemetery stone, and he's older, and he's thanking the Tom Hanks character, right?
Yeah.
And then it turns into the flag. And my grandfather, he got up, dude, in the middle of that whole thing, right? And took his cap off and put it on his heart, and he stood right there, and we were like, well, we got up with him, man. And we were 3 guys in that theater standing for the flag, dude, you know?
Yeah.
And that's one of the greatest memories I have with my grandfather. And that's got to be the best movie for me, dude. Saving Private Ryan. What about you, Jax? Have you seen any military movies?
Oh, I love military movies. I think my favorite one is gonna be the like all the Rambo series. I really love the Rambo movies, and
The first one especially, right?
well, the way he like hunts everybody down y como se hace el cuchillo y la chingada, like se hace la ropita él solo y se avienta para la mar y la madre, no hombre,
I like that because he came back from the war and everyone was kind of like, you know.
Yeah, because back in the day, it's not like right now that everybody's like, oh, thank you, y la
troops,
chingada. No, back then they looked at the troops and they're like, oh, look, there goes like
Baby
a guy
killer
that
and-
does drugs and shit. you
Well,
know?
it's because he was a Vietnam veteran in that movie.
Yeah,
and the
Viet-
Vietnam veterans, they came back and you know,
they-
painfully they didn't get a welcoming because the United States, man, it was pretty tough.
Yeah, it was pretty
for
bad.
and we did a thing for the Vietnam veterans one time, and
Welcome back, vets.
and it
Welcome
was
back, brothers.
It was something very special, and I was able to host it at the McAllen Convention Center, and it was during the day, and then you know. It was fun being there with all the Vietnam veterans,
That's awesome,
you know,
brother.
and telling them that, you know what, no matter what happened back then, we love you and we thank you, you know. But
Welcome back.
that Rambo movie, you know, like you were talking about,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Jax.
The Rambo movies, I like those Rambo movies. I like also there's this other movie that nobody mentioned, and maybe I don't even know if you guys are gonna know about it, but it's with Tommy Lee Jones and Benicio del Toro. It's called The Hunted.
Oh, yeah, I've watched it.
You like that one?
Yeah, that was good.
In that movie, movie is really good because that guy is also like, you know, like he has PTSD and all this stuff, and he's going through all this shit. And there's like they're trained killers. Tommy Lee Jones trains them to kill with knives, not with guns or pistolas, no, with knives. And he trains them. He shows them how to make a knife from scratch, from a rock, from anything, right? So Benicio del Toro, after he gets out of the military, he's still like with that killer mentality, and he can't turn it off. You know, and to
some
me,
guys
that's a
can't.
very, very powerful movie. I love that movie.
Yeah, some guys can't turn it off, and I mean, knife kills. Those are the most intimate type of way to die.
Yeah. And you were talking about one of the movies, a Lone Survivor or something?
Lone Survivor.
What's that movie? That's with Wahlberg, right?
Wahlberg, yeah.
Marky Wahlberg?
Yeah, it was Latrell is the real soldier that went through that. They took out all his squad. I believe it was in Afghanistan, and he was the last guy. But man, it was brutal. Like you can't trust anybody over there. You know, like even the people telling you like, "Hey, welcome Americans," and this and that, and they'll turn around or they'll send their kids with like a rifle or they'll be strapped with bombs.
That's how Vietnam was too, man.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
you know,
you never know. Like the guy telling you that they love that you're there is the same one that's trying to kill you. So after a while, after my buddy started getting taken, you know, you kind of grow like you grow numb, you know. So right now I'm you know talking and more animated, but after a while, like you grow numb and you start thinking like, man, these guys are like, you know, why are we here, you know? And then you start thinking about the oil and all that stuff. So it's like you start going out into sector thinking like, you know, if one of these guys like pulls out a gun, he's gonna get a bullet in the face.
You have to be vigilant.
Yeah, it's like
big time.
It's like what do they call it, bobblehead?
Yeah, there's no
Head
time.
on a swivel.
There's no downtime.
Yeah. Even when we were back in camp, like.
Why don't you put the mic a little bit closer, man?
Oh yeah,
so we can,
sorry about that.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Even when we were back in camp, like we would always get like RPGs fired at us or mortar rounds, and our infantry group, we actually would go outside of sector, like outside of the camp, and we would set up like at police stations, like without the Iraqis knowing, you know. We would go in there, like we'd pull security, try to find, you know, ID makers and, you know, guys out there like trying to plant bombs and stuff like that to catch them off guard. And we caught a few, and we actually saw a few too blow themselves up. So it was kind of cool. We were watching through thermals, and it's like, oh, we got two guys, you know, out in, you know, 300 meters from here, and then all of a sudden, boom, and you just see like white specks everywhere. And we're like, you know what? They ended up taking themselves out. Like, all right.
Did you like that sniper movie? We wanted to go see that in the theater. I think that's the last. American Sniper?
Yeah, that was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they touched on some good stuff there.
What was that guy's name? He ended up...
Kyle?
Chris Kyle, yeah.
Chris Kyle. He ended up being killed by
Another veteran.
Yeah, another veteran that he was taking to the range. Yeah, the shooting range. And the guy just turned on him and shot him and killed him.
Yeah, I don't understand that. The guy was saying that that demons were talking to him and telling him that he had to kill Chris Kyle. And man, I don't know. I mean, there's guys that come back and they can't turn it off, but those are the guys that you don't take to the gun range. Yeah. You know, like it's like, you know, like I still go to the gun range, but you know, it's if I knew myself and I was like, yeah, I just want to shoot something, I wouldn't go out there. You know.
Did you see the Punisher series?
Oh yeah.
Did you see that, Jax?
He was a veteran too.
Yeah, he's a they had veteran, you know,
John
support
Bernthal?
groups. Yeah.
John Bernthal.
Pinche Punisher estaba bruto en Netflix, bro.
He's a great actor.
Yeah,
Sí.
John Bernthal. Yeah,
But
I hope to meet him one day.
Yeah, he was also on The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
but man, when I saw him, my favorite character was when he did Punisher. I mean, because I grew up with Punisher. Well, I didn't grow up. I was already older, but I was into comics.
Yeah.
And Punisher, Warzone, all those comic books were really cool, and to see, and they had already made some movies, but they were like comical, you know what I mean?
Like kids.
And this was more like the Legend of the Dark Knight was for the Batman movies, right?
It was dark.
Yeah,
pretty.
it was. Yeah, man. And so there's one guy that's a young guy that's in the meetings. That ends up going crazy and hangs out with a guy and ends up killing him, and he digs a bunker outside his house. He can't sleep in the house because he can't sleep in a room. He needs to be asleep in a bunker. Yeah, dude. And then we saw a movie, babe, also called Brothers, I think, right?
Oh yeah,
with Tobey Maguire,
with his brother. That gets married to his wife. Or
Gil Gyllenhaal. What's that guy's name?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Dude, that movie was real deep, man.
That was good.
Yeah, the part where they're arguing in the kitchen and he's come back and he's got PTSD, and I was like, man, that's too real, man. That's like me, man. I was like, you know what? You see movies like that and you start thinking like, man, am I acting that fucked up? And sometimes it's yes, you know, and it's like eye opener, you know, that it's like, oh man, all this time I'm thinking that I'm going through this, and you know, it's on a movie now. It's
what an amazing job those guys did to make that movie.
I was like, man,
you could feel it. Yeah.
I was like, damn, man. Even the way, you know, the screaming and the hitting the cupboards and stuff, like, I was like, damn.
And the crazy thing is that they thought he was dead. I mean, they thought he was dead, and he was a prisoner.
Yeah.
And he finally gets,
gets out.
Yeah, he escaped. Well, he doesn't escape. He gets rescued.
Yeah.
And then he goes back home, and everybody's like, "What?" And by that time, his wife's married his brother.
Yeah.
It's a very, very, very deep movie, man.
Crazy.
So, ladies and gentlemen, babe, what about you? What's your favorite? Do you have a military movie, Mom, that you like? Or?
Well, that Brothers movie was pretty good, but American Sniper probably has to be my best one.
We saw that in the theater. That was
really?
Good. Yeah.
That's a good movie to watch.
Yeah.
Also with Mark Wahlberg, right? Or no?
No.
American Sniper. No, was with that guy that came out in
Hangover.
A Star Is Born and Hangover. What's his name?
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper.
Okay.
He's a Philadelphia
I
Eagle
love Bradley
fan.
Cooper.
Yeah. He's Chris Kyle in that movie.
Yes.
All right. Well, man, thank you for joining us, man. There's something going on this weekend, tomorrow morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
Put that poster up, babe, so we can help Eli and, Veterans Fest 2022. And one of our sponsors is part of it as well, the Green Hit. We appreciate the boys, man, for being a part of this. So there'll be a Four Tricks and Crew Pearl Jam tribute. There'll be Stereomes, that's the name, and then Gypsy Wagon. And that's going to be happening in the evening time, okay, before the cool front comes in. And then it's happening at the Landmark, okay? And the good thing about the Landmark, by 11 o'clock, everything's done because it's an outside place and there's neighbors and stuff. So by 11 o'clock, it's over. But, man, they got great pizza, food trucks. Beer. It's a beautiful place. The following weekend, we're going to be there, and we'll tell you more about that as well. But tomorrow morning, it's that dog walk, right?
Yeah, at 9 o'clock, we start at Alamo Central Park, and we end up at Landmark.
Orale. Alamo Central Park, okay? So even if you can't make it, if you know anybody on social media that might be interested in being a part of this, why don't you contact them, text them, and just give them
Facebook
the information.
Is probably the easiest.
Yeah, on Facebook as well. And then follow Eli DK, and he's got all the information. Yeah. And we'll put up the poster on our hashtag PVT Instagram as well. You can follow us on at hashtag PVT on our Instagram, and we'll put the poster up so you can get information on that, right. And we'll also put it on my RocknRollJames, and and we'll hope that everybody gets becomes or goes out there and helps out, support the with Veterans Day. It's Veterans Day tomorrow.
It's Veterans Day tomorrow.
Time to do it. Orale.
Before we go, I want to give a shout out to my little brother that served in the Air Force, my little brother Voodoo. Right. Bro, thank you, and I love you. And also, all the way up in heaven, to my friend Alex Gonzalez that gave his life to save his friends in the military. He jumped on top of a bomb, and he has a park named after him. And every day I think about him because, he was a great guy, man, and he gave his life. And Alex, I know you're listening, bro. And I always visit you on Veterans Day, and I'm going to visit you tomorrow, bro. I love you.
Yeah. Here in McAllen, they have that memorial. It's just so awesome.
His face is there.
Yeah.
They have his face, yeah.
That's man, awesome, dude. I remember I took my dad there for a Memorial Day, event. We were going to a bunch of them. The past few, we've been working them, and we've been working, so I haven't been able to make them, but I told my dad, you're going to be here Memorial Weekend. Go, man. Let's go. Go with me. So we went, and his brother, my Uncle Joe, was in Vietnam. He was in the Navy. Wow. Okay. And so we went, and after the ceremony with Colonel Plummer, we walked around to see the walls, and he was recognizing a lot of names that were on the Vietnam Wall. Mm-hmm. And he remembers them as kids and teenagers because he's older than them, right?
Yeah.
He remembers them. Yo me acuerdo de este chavalo que andaba ahí. They all had nicknames. Yeah. So when my dad started recognizing those names, I started freaking out, dude. You know what I'm saying? But, man, hey, tomorrow, if you get a chance this weekend, go by the memorial and check it out and walk around. Take your kids and show them, about all the, and it's interesting because the military's always had a high recruit from the Rio Grande Valley, dude. South Texas,
a lot of veterans
from aquí. Man. Yep. Chingo de veteranos aquí en el Valle.
Yep. Especially from Iraq and Afghanistan. A lot. I've met a lot.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Eli Decay, follow him on YouTube. And we appreciate him coming out.
Woo!
Okay.
Woo.
Now it's time to do events, all right? The hashtag PVT events before we leave, and it's brought to you by Don Juan Boots.
Yeah.
Been making custom boots, belts, and hats, other leather goods for many years. Si quieres unas botitas bien hechas y de una piel pesada, you go to Don Juan. Look at what he made for me. He made me some biker boots. Le dije, quiero unos biker boots, Don Juan, de snake skin, carnal. Órale.
Damn, look at that.
Y quiero que le pongan Whiskey D, right? Porque me las voy a poner en stage con los pantalones adentro para que se cure toda la raza cuando pongo mi pie arriba de un monitor. Órale. So check out, and then when I'm riding my Harley, no hombre, todos me las chulean, bro. Yeah, you got to go check them out. They've got a whole bunch of boots in there ready to be bought as well for kids and adults. And, rattlesnake, boa, ostrich, caiman, crocodile, alligator, lizard, eel. And they can even make special designs on your boots if you are in law enforcement or you were in the military and you want to put the seal on your boots. He can do that. I mean, nice. He can do that. DonJuanBootsOnline.com is where you can get more information, check out some of the inventory. And Christmas is just around the corner. And a pair of beautiful boots for your husband or for your wife would be awesome. Skins. Yeah, look at that. He's got every skin there. Rattlesnake, boa, ostrich, caiman, crocodile, alligator, lizard, eel. Yeah. He'll make you a wallet. He'll make you a belt. He'll make you some boots.
Armadillo.
This guy is an artist.
The smell of that fresh leather. Oh my God.
Okay, bárbaro. You walk in that room, man. It's awesome. They got work boots también. If you need some steel toes, you're out working in the field. You need to protect your feet, and then he's got some there. And then the seals. Look at that.
Those are beautiful.
The logos.
U.S. Marshals,
amazing.
DPS.
Yeah. So if you have a family member that's getting into law enforcement, man, why don't you gift them some boots? That'd be awesome. Y pues they can put anything else you want on there. Si tienes un nickname o si eres un Star Wars fan o algo, le ponen Star Wars ahí para Chaz Corona, ¿entiendes? Esas botitas tan brutas. Those have
are nice.
stage
nice.
stage wear all
Those
over
have
them.
Jacks written all over them.
Don Juan Boots delivers nationwide all over Texas. You can contact them with any questions at 956-781-3194. Y si quieres ir a verlo en persona, pues just go by his place here in Far, Texas at 607 West Interstate 2. That's Expressway 83, right around the all that desmadre that they're doing for the freaking interchange in Far, okay? Muchas gracias, Don Juan. Te lo agradecemos mucho. And we'll be seeing you for Christmas, okay? Órale. So let's check out the events. This Saturday, okay, tomorrow is that Veterans event. Saturday, we have the Tacos y Tequilas Fest, and we have a commercial for that. Put that on. I like it.
Get ready for the inaugural Tacos y Tequilas Fest, happening November 12th at the Edinburgh Food Truck Park. Come out and vote to see who has the best tacos in the RGV. Taste tequilas, watch live lucha libre, lots of games, and an amazing musical lineup with Whiskey D, Matt Castillo, Red, the Taylor Swift tribute by Lauren Corzine, Piñata Protest, and a tribute to Selena. Tickets at tacosytequilafest.com. For more information, call 956-827-8349. Powered by Oak Texas Bar and Grill.
Órale.
That voice sounds familiar.
See, that's my mom's favorite DJ.
That was quick.
I was waiting. I was like, what is he going to say?
So we have video. Have you seen Piñata Protest, Eli?
No.
How about you, Jax? Have you ever seen them?
Only in videos.
See?
Online, yeah.
Well, check this out. We got a video for them, so you all can check it out. Let's listen to it.
¿Qué es Piñata Protest?
Pues ahí vamos a entrarle.
Ok, échame, hermano.
Saliendo de la cantina, me pescaron manejando. Me pescaron manejando, gozando, bailando y fumando, y como siempre chupando esta pinche borrachera. No se me puede quitar. Mire un taxi pasando y le chifle quiero de que vino y me abrió la.
Yeah. I don't want to play it all because
Bruto. I can't wait to see this, guys.
Gotta check them out. Piñata Protest. And then the headliner. Okay, we're gonna play at 7:30, Whiskey D. And we've got a video for that. Why don't you put the video for Whiskey D? It's nomás un little teaser nomás. Yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah,
and you know
flags.
what? Yeah, I bring out the KIA, I bring out the WIA. I think that's probably why they hired us, baby, because it's Veterans Day weekend.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Perfect.
We're the perfect band for that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play at 7:30, and then after us, it's Piñata Protest. Okay, and then after Piñata Protest, Carol Posadas has a Selena tribute, and I get chills when I see her perform. Here's a video of her performing at an NBA game. Check it out.
Se parece más que la de la series.
Yeah. Look at that. I'm not sure where she's from, but I'm going to get to find out this weekend.
Yeah.
Because they'll be performing.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in, seeing her, man.
Yeah.
You know, and supporting her for continuing with, the Selena tradition and stuff like that. So Carol Posadas is her name. Maybe one of these days we could bring her on the show as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but that's going to be awesome. It's going to be happening this Saturday. You can get your tickets at tacosytequilasfest.com. Don't forget to put the S at the end of tequilas, okay? And we've got some amazing VIP tickets that give you a whole bunch of extras. What does it say there, Jax?
It says Tequila Experience VIP. It says includes entry into the festival, 6 half-ounce samples of tequila, 1 souvenir tasting glass, private VIP lounge close to the stage, VIP private bar, VIP lounge, VIP AC restrooms, which is the best part, access to food vendors, craft beer booths, margarita booths, and live music. And for the general admission, it includes entry into the festival, access to food vendors, craft beer booths, margarita booths, and live music. Food and drinks are not included in your ticket for general admission.
So the VIPs, where to go?
Yep.
Okay. And then that's happening Saturday night. And get your coats because it's going to be cold.
It's going to be chilly.
About 55 degrees.
Nice.
And it's supposed to be a strong northern wind, so the flags are going to look amazing.
Yeah.
I've got my freaking Harley gloves and my jacket and everything. We're going to look good on stage. It's going to be awesome, right?
That's not bien Tom Halford
It's at the Edinburgh Food Truck Park, Edinburgh, Texas, okay? And then next Saturday, we'll be at the Landmark, and we're going to have our Whiskey D Christmas toy concert, okay? Our toy drive concert. Unwrapped $10 toy gets you in, and you get to check out Big Reenie. You get to check out Sean Mecca, who was with us here last night playing all kinds of old school jams. Make sure to check out the show because it had gotten taken down, but I had to edit out the whatever they were crying about YouTube, and then they put it back up so you can watch it now. And Kaiser and Damaged Goods, so we're excited about that. It's going to be next Saturday, November 19th. All the toys are donated to the city of Edinburgh Housing Authority, and we've been doing it for a long time, and I think we're going to get a lot of toys, babe.
Yes,
I really do.
I hope so.
All right. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us. We got to get going. Don't forget to hug a veteran tomorrow and, give him a hug, a kiss on the cheek, a shake his hand, do whatever you got to do. But if you see a veteran, and not just tomorrow, anytime you see a veteran, you make sure to, give him some props and thank him for serving our country. And, Eli, we appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Can I do shout out?
Yeah,
Yes,
man,
of course. Go for it.
All right. It was Jesse Turner.
Oh, yeah.
That he grew up with Jesse Turner.
Órale, Santa Rosa?
Aaron de los Santos. Ana, Elio, graphic artist. Nikki for organizing the Veterans Fest. Ana, Celeste, Eddie, and my battle buddy Ruben Cruz and Aaron de los Santos. I got your 6 brothers.
Órale. Esto. And make sure to follow Eli Decay on his YouTube channel. Just search Eli Decay, and there's not many Eli Decays on YouTube or social media that I know of. All right, and check out all his stuff and subscribe to his channel, and hit the little notifications so whenever he uploads something, you get notified and you get to comment and give him some support and thank him and all kinds of cool stuff. And it's really awesome, and we appreciate you for doing this, man, and reaching out to other veterans.
Yeah.
Está todo madre,
for having me.
And it's good. It's good for you. It's good for them, and it's good for everybody.
I had a good time.
Órale, esto. Eli DK, ladies and gentlemen.
Air Force One.
You all have a good one. Nos vemos next Tuesday night. Tenemos a Shelly Lares. Okay, next Thursday night tenemos a Tony Guerrero. So it's the week before Thanksgiving. Vamos a tener unos artistas chingones aquí.
Va a estar con madre el show.
Lo guachamos, ya la fría.
Air Force Ones.